Hello my darlings, and welcome back or welcome to Marine K Tarot. I hope you're doing alright. This is going to be a week ahead reading for the week commencing the 10th of February until the 16th of February. So this week I decided to use the Mystic Palette Tarot, and this is the colour version, and it's also the indie version by the wonderful Mr. Ciro Marchetti. It's mass market through Llewellyn, so if you want to treat yourself to it, you don't want to, I don't know if the indie version is still available for sale, but you can get it wherever you can get your Llewellyn decks, okay? So, where to start? It's been a week. It's probably going to continue to be a week for some time. Might even be like a year. But we're easing through. We're not even easing. I don't know. We're easing through like a spiky hedgehog. That's how we're easing through. Don't know where that came from, but yeah. So let's pull some cards for this week coming forward. Okay, there's 3 cards for the week commencing 10th of February to the 16th of February, please. Let's see. Oofed. Right. We have got, at the bottom of the deck, we have got the Chariot. Okay, so that's actually the card that's on the front of the box here. Okay, that Chariot energy coming in at the bottom of the basis of our week's energy this week. Some people like to use shadow cards, some people don't. I tend to sometimes it's a preference thing, you know. It's like whenever I feel the need to look at it and pay attention to it. So I feel like this week coming, there's going to be opportunities to move forward. Okay, certainly the closer we get to Mars finishing up with its retrograde and, you know, getting back into, you know, getting past its shadow period, it's going to be another wee while. You know, it is going to be a wee while. Mars retrogrades are, well, they're Mars, you know. Mars is the tower, okay, in the tarot, so yeah, it's one of them. So, but for the cards that we have got out proper, we have got the 4 of Swords, we've got Temperance, and we've got the 3 of Pentacles. Now, your 4 of Swords is Jupiter and Libra, right? And very handily, these cards have got the astrological placement, so if that's something you're looking to learn, then this would be a good deck for that. A side note. But really, what we're seeing this week is there's an opportunity here to rest. Okay? But how I see this energy is, you know, if you don't rest, then rest will be forced upon you. Okay, some people think it's gentle, other people, you know, I personally subscribe to the notion of if you don't rest, you will be made to rest. You know how I've seen it coming up for people. So I had a client who they were always on the go, you know, and I kept sending them this card, kept coming up, and it was like, oh, what's that? This card kept coming up, and it was like, I kept saying this to them, you know, if you don't rest, the universe is going to step in. Okay, and this particular client had this really freakish accident, and they tripped and they fell, but they didn't just fall, they fell and incapacitated themselves with really hurting their knee, and it meant that they literally were off their feet for weeks and weeks. And that's the energy that I mean. So it's Libra, right? It's Jupiter and Libra. It's expanding all things Libra. Libra's pursuit is to find balance. So find balance this week. Expand the balance, right? So it's like that work-life balance, perhaps. Maybe you're burning the candle at both ends. You're doing things that you cannot sustain. So please take the rest where it's needed. We have got Temperance as well. Temperance is a card of Sagittarius, but it's also a very potent card, again talking about that balance, talking about that alchemy and having patience with yourself. It's taking two separate things and merging them together and alchemizing it. So again, this week we are currently living in an extremely divided and polarized environment. Okay, in the world stage, it might be at a local stage, etc. And I think that, take the time out to rest as much as possible, right? This is what it might be social media, it's like constant information. It's like, I think of the air cards, in particular, but how we communicate, how we're absorbing the communication of others. So this week, try and be more mindful of the information that you're consuming and the information that's surrounding you. Okay, you can walk away. You can scroll away. You can come off whatever app, social media app, news app, whatever it is you are engaging in. You can come off it and you can choose not to engage with it. You can choose not to comment. You can choose to comment. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe you're feeling like you have stayed silent for too long, and actually this week you need to say something to someone. Okay, it does not have to be aggressive. Remember, we're looking at alchemy, we're looking at alchemizing, and we're looking at having patience. So we may have to have patience with other people in our lives this week. Maybe they're just not communicating in a way that we find helpful or a way that aligns with our thoughts. But what the beautiful thing is if we can collaborate, like here in the Three of Pentacles, which is Mars and Capricorn. Okay, so think it is, we don't want to be aggressive, right? We don't want to be aggressive, because aggression just breeds aggression. Okay, and it doesn't matter how much you believe you're right. If somebody else believes that with the same level of conviction that their point of view is right, then you're not going to get anywhere. Okay, so it's like try and find the middle ground, like this, like this angel in the Temperance card is showing you. That could be your thoughts or your opinions, that could be somebody else's thoughts and opinions, right? Let's find some common ground so that we can alchemize it and get to a better outcome. Okay, now again, that can be as localised as you want it to be. It can be deeply personal. It could be in a wider scale. It could be you're sitting there listening to this and you're like, alright Manny, shut the fuck up. Right, this is too important or that's too important, and I totally get that. Okay, I'm acutely aware of what's going on. Not just in my own country, in a worldwide scale. Okay, but if we do not start by communicating, by finding some kind of middle ground, and even the perception of commonalities, even if you need to start by thinking, right, I'm a human being and that person is a human being, if that's the level that you need to start at, then start there. Okay, it can be, and this is something that I need to practice myself, because we are programmed to follow and to align ourselves with like-minded people, but everybody has got a part to play. Everybody's got a role to play, and be finding kindness and finding common ground and finding collaboration. If you've maybe been asked this week to collaborate with somebody, be discerning. I always look at collaborations and think to myself, well, are they going to provide alchemy? You know, what does this, what can I bring to this collaboration, and what can this person bring to this collaboration, and how can we make something that is new, potentially, or something that is innovative. But maybe it's the two sides of yourself. You know, maybe it's your work life and maybe it's your personal life, and you need to alchemize, you need to find this balance. There is such a, and then the collaboration part could maybe be with somebody else in your life and say, look, you need to go to maybe a partner or a sibling or a parent or a work colleague, a supervisor, a manager, etc., and say, look, I really need some help here. You know, I need to help myself. Is there some way that we can collaborate in doing something different? You know, can we look at this project in a different way, etc.? But really, the overriding feeling for this week is we need to find balance. We need to find commonality, and we need to find some common ground. Take it right back to basics. Okay, and we can choose what we, and if you know, if you're maybe having difficulty at work or a personal situation, and you try that route, and that other person is not prepared to entertain it, you know, they're not prepared to do that, then that's fine. You know, walk away and rest. You just rest yourself, because it's like you as a person, you as, hopefully if you're watching this, you know, you like to think of yourself as like being a bit more open to enlightenment, I hope, and I hope I provide that at times. But really express yourself with kindness, and if that's not reciprocated, then walk away. Right? Show that kindness to yourself. Okay, my loves, that get pretty deep. No, it does. Probably because Cancer rules the chariot, you know, but there's a lot of forward movement afterwards, but it's like finding that common ground, finding that collaboration. Okay, you can check out the month ahead readings for all signs. They are up and waiting for you to go and view them. And if you want to reach out and get a personal reading with myself, then the details will be in the description box, okay, or just go to my website, marianktarot.com. Okay, my darlings, thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.